Hey Sachin, how are you? Daphne here. Thank you for sending in your bonus essays. Fantastic. Really good to get these from you. Come on, let's get these perfect. So, Dear Thompsons, that's quite nice actually. I quite like that. But just to be absolutely sure, you should have Dear Thompson family. Yeah, because then the examiner knows you know. Otherwise, the examiner might think, that's a bit strange. Okay, Dear Thompson family, it's lovely. Or Dear Mr. and Mrs. Thompson. I'm Sachin from India. I'm 32 and live with my family in Mumbai. My native language is Marathi. Yeah, maybe. Um, in which my schooling was completed. Um, okay, we need to sort of get this a little bit more relaxed because you're going to stay with this family. So we want neutral, informal. So in which my schooling was completed is a very formal structure, but like a kind of informal language. My native language, you could put something like, which is extremely hard to learn. I mean, just something like a bit more fun. And I'm looking forward to. So something a bit chatty, yeah, quite sort of friendly. So just as a suggestion, and I'm looking forward to. Oh, sorry, no, let's not confuse you. I'm going to put that in yellow just so we know what we are. I'm looking forward to improving. Looking forward to plus ing, improving my English with this program. I would like to thank you for considering my application. Again, a bit formal. That would be fine for a like a job letter. Thank you for agreeing to, or letting me stay, we would say. Letting me stay. And I am, again, too formal. Yeah, this is getting even more formal. Yeah, so register. This is called the register. Make sure you can show the examiner you understand the difference. I'd like to thank you for letting me stay. And I am really looking forward to meeting you. Oh, hang on, you've got looking forward to already. I can't wait to meet you. And you could have an exclamation mark after that because that's quite funny. I'm going to cut this because this is too long. You're on 240 something word count. The guideline is 150. Also, remember, you need to spend your time on task 2. Task 2 has double the marks of task 1, so definitely focus more on the task 2. Since this is my first time, now, wow, watch out here. This is my first time visiting England, or since this is the first time I will visit England. You know what? Since is a really hard word. I would just forget that word. It's a really, really difficult structure. Say, I haven't been to England before. We get around it. And I'm not familiar with the location. However, having done some research on the internet, very nice. I'd like to hear more from you as well. Lovely. I want to know if I should, so you don't have a comma there. I want to know if I should be carrying, now I should bring is more natural, winter clothes. And any particular specifications you would advise? Yes, as here in Mumbai, the temperature does not go below 15. Hence, I would have to buy before I travel. Okay, here you need to have would. Have to before I travel. Now, I'm going to just question this thing about clothes. A lot of students use this example about clothes. It's a slightly strange question. Because if you look on the internet, you can see if it's cold. If it's cold, you buy a coat. Okay? It's not very difficult. So to ask them what type of coat is a bit of a strange question because they don't know what you like. So do you see what I mean? Your question has to be logical. So for me, I definitely wouldn't ask about weather, especially now because no one knows what the weather's doing these days. So I would just say more from you as well. I love bicycling. So is it possible for me to hire a bike and get to this language school by bike from your house? Okay, that's a good question. Also, I'm a vegetarian, so would it be possible for you to prepare vegetarian food for me? But I love cooking as well, or something like that. Do you see what I mean? So I'd have a new paragraph here. So here I would move this bit about the airport round to here because it was more logical to have those together. So I would, again, academics, they won't know the answer to that because you're staying with them. They are not the school. They are host family. So again, they won't know that. So just what you're writing is fine. Okay, two things here. Neutral, keep the tone more informal here. This is neutral / informal, and make the questions suit the context. Make the questions realistic. Yeah? I arrive in London on 8th of May. Now, I arrive. We use the present tense for future arrangements. The examiner will watch that. I arrive. Present tense for future arrangements. In London on 8th at 9 if there's no delay. I'm unaware of the best transport available. You don't need that. To travel from the airport, I'm arriving at. So maybe you could let me know. Yeah? Look forward to meeting you, lovely. And then maybe yours sincerely might be a little bit formal again if we're trying to get this register to neutral. So I put best regards. Might be nice just to show the examiner you know the difference. Okay, so good letter. Don't worry about all the yellow. You can do it. I just had to cut it. Okay, so some people think employees should stay in the same job for the rest of their lives. Others think they should switch. So stay, switch. What extent do you agree? So yes, this is interesting. I'd like to see your notes. Thank you very much. Really good. Hang on, where are we starting? Here. Yeah. So yeah. Increased industrialization, globalization, as well as advancement in information technology. You don't need the. Has enabled the availability of abundant job opportunities and the convenience of switching to a new organization swiftly for all employees across the world. Wow, nice sentence. Has enabled. I mean, yes. Has I'm trying to think about the best word here. Has I would say I would say has opened up. I know it's not as good as enabled, but I think it is the word we want. Has opened up, and I would say here abundant job opportunities, and the convenience and ease of switching to a new organization swiftly for all employees across the globe. Okay, good. Now, I think yes, they use the word switch. Don't use this word. Try 100% not to use the same words as in here, because this is really strong, but switching seems a bit strange. It's quite an informal word as well, watch out. So the ease of transferring, yeah, to a new organization swiftly. Okay, so I think that is much better. Yeah, so I wouldn't use that, but I would transfer. Really nice sentence. I do not agree with the viewpoint. Okay, okay, I do not agree that it is beneficial. Okay, let's make it better. I do not agree that working for the same employer throughout the tenure until retirement is the best option. Is the employee best option? Maybe you could say is always. Always. So we're using a little bit of academic hedging language, which I like. Okay, so that's a very nice sentence. I do not agree that working for the same employer throughout the tenure, or just literally until retirement, is always the employee's best option. Okay, or because you've got employer, you could have the worker's best option, or just the best option. Maybe you don't even really need that. But nice sentence. So we will discuss the importance of I wouldn't use some considerable. I just say the importance of changing to a different company with reasons and illustrations. Good. Nice paragraph. Well done there. Exploring new career options and accepting newer challenges in any occupation significantly boosts the overall growth. Whose overall growth? Love the sentence, but whose overall growth are we talking? The worker or the company? Whether it is financial or positional from the perspective of moving up the ladder. Okay, the employees. Okay, the employees. Apostrophe SM. Overall growth, whether it's financial or positional, we might say hierarchical. Can I spell it? Hierarchical, there we go. Hierarchical, from the perspective of moving up the ladder. So I'd probably have both those. Really, really nice sentence. I like how you're starting with the ing. That's lovely. This is evidently known market standard that the average annual package increment while accepting a new job offer could be ranging from as low as 30% to more than 100%, which ensures monetary improvement for the candidate. Okay, it is, so this one is a little bit, it is evidently known market standard. It doesn't quite work in English. So you could put, it is widely acknowledged that. So it is widely acknowledged that is a very, very useful sentence to have in lots of essays, maybe every essay. So write that down. The average annual package increment on increment increase. Do we need both? I think we do. On accepting a new job offer could be ranging from as low as 30% to more than 100. Wow. Which ensures, so present simple there, monetary improvement for a candidate, for rather than of. This level of positive gain may not be possible if staff, so just staff because it's general, and stick to informal, remain loyal to, might be better, the same company rather than employer, the same company for a lifetime. Okay, good. The survey by Glassdoor, an employment research company, revealed that nearly 40%, revealed nearly 40% of attrition is because the workforce is seeking increased income or higher status, maybe? What a good paragraph. Really, really lovely writing. Okay, so just that seems a bit strange. Otherwise, a few little grammar things. Watch out for that. It's a bit informal. Otherwise, very good paragraph session. It's looking great. On the contrary, however might be better than on the contrary. I think, however, there are also those who advocate, or many businessmen advocate in favour of working for the same job. I wouldn't say ideology. I don't know if it's an ideology. That's a bit stronger, isn't it? Many advocate in favour of remaining in the same job. We don't work in the same. You could work in the same job. Yeah, you could. All right. Maybe I'd say remaining, working and remaining. Let's have both. The thought process behind this could be to avoid any possible risk in a potentially challenging new opportunity. Good, okay. Moreover, this way of thinking existed maybe a few decades ago when there were less industries and fewer employment options available. Yeah, I mean, my dad worked for the same company for 40 years. Nowadays, we wouldn't do that, would we? Moreover, this way of thinking and more thinking and I want mentality, but and more rigid maybe, risk averse. You don't want to take risks. Mentality. So I think that's quite nice getting that in there. Existed maybe, so a few decades ago, when there were less industries and fewer employment options available. Yeah, this is proved in good. McKinsey showing that hardly. barely. Rather than hardly, yeah, you want barely. 1 to 2% of staff used to switch jobs in the 1980s, whereas in the decade after 2000, this trend has grown. You definitely need present perfect here to 60%. You can use percent, like that's okay. And has grown, because you've got the present perfect here, it hasn't finished growing. Okay, it's still going to keep growing. Considering all the aforementioned scenarios and rationale behind it, a conclusion could be made that, I like this, the new trend of employment philosophy is increasing every decade. The new trend of flexible, let's get some adjectives in here. Flexible, mobile employment, because these adjectives both connect to the whole title. It's increasing every decade, and the possible upswing in the future could be envisaged. I really like that. Could be envisaged. Envisaged. Let's get this right. Envisaged. Or predicted. Or imagined. Something like that. Not envisioned. Envisaged would be better. What is better? Okay, that's not correct. Okay, fantastic. Super, super good work. Wow. When is your exam? Is it on the 9th? I can't remember. I think it might be. Really good luck, okay? Really, really good luck. Look back on all your corrections. Show yourself how you have improved amazingly. Just keep calm, okay? Don't make task 1 too long. Focus on the task 2. And yes, please let us know your results. Really, really good luck.